Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special Reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I bring on a guest I had on in the past, and I bring him right back because I couldn't get enough of our first conversation. So today's guest is David Ubeda, who is CEO over at MRDEU Global Media. David, welcome back to the show.
What's going on, buddy? Good to hear from you.
Oh, man, I'm excited to get into today's episode, sales, and how you went from, let's just say, a small amount of sales leads and appointments to a huge amount of leads and sales appointments that are qualified. So like that little hook right there. So for the listeners, this is going to be a good one. Let's start off, though, before we get into that. Just tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at MRDEU Global Media.
Yeah, and thanks again for having me. So MRDEU Global Media really is committed to helping B2B companies finally eliminate the guesswork as it relates to generating qualified leads or sales opportunities leveraging LinkedIn. And we've been very, very fortunate over the past 3 years now, going on 4, to have worked with over 250 businesses and running campaigns in 5 different countries. And we're looking forward to slowly growing that because last year was such a successful year in terms of lead gen that, the potential of actually losing ground by not keeping up with your growth, that's a real reality, but we're taking it step by step.
Man, that's awesome. And let me put some numbers to this, because when I saw your proposed show episode, I was like, what? That's nonsense. So you went from 19 sales appointments in 2016 to 426 qualified sales appointments in 2019. All right, so tell us a little bit more about that. That's quite an improvement.
Yeah, it's a drastic jump, and quite honestly, it shocked the hell out of me and my team. But at the same time, we weren't surprised. It was kind of like a catch-22. Part of us was elated with the fact that happened, and then the other part was like in shock, like, oh shit, it happened, right? So in 2016, I started the company in late 2015, and in order for a company to succeed, you have to have some type of a steady approach or system to generate leads or sales opportunities into your business. Now, truth be told, when I first started, my philosophy was, hey, if you have a pulse and a credit card, we were working together. But that approach doesn't work. And needless to say, I'm not going to serve your client well. And that was something that those were some painful lessons that we learned, but we corrected that. And I think that's one of the reasons why we were able to see the success that we've seen, and that's because our heart was in the right place. But at first it wasn't. So just to add context to where I'm heading with this. So in 2016, with our approach, we generated 19 sales opportunities for the entire year for all of 2016. And needless to say, a business can't survive on just 19 sales appointments. And it doesn't mean that we closed them all either. So imagine that. Now, I had always heard about LinkedIn and it being a great platform if used correctly. And to be honest, when I first got on there, I was like, man, ultimate snooze. This is the most boring website I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, this thing sucks. This is for old people. That was my initial reaction. That was my honest to God reaction. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just see what's going on here. And so one thing led to the next in terms of creating a strategy, because that's one thing I want to encourage your listeners today. It's that, maybe you're worried about payroll. Maybe you're worried about meeting, the bills or keeping the lights on, or maybe, you're trying to do all the freaking work, spinning all the plates, trying to survive. I've been there. That was all of 2016 for us, for me, because it was just me when I first started. And the reality is, it wasn't that I wasn't good enough. It wasn't that I didn't have a great service. It was I just didn't have the right system in place. And once we refined the system or the strategy, then that's what took us last year to 426 qualified sales appointments, because our strategy actually does the qualifying and the heavy lifting for us. And the platform that we leveraged was, well, the old people platform, LinkedIn. And here we are. The thing that baffles me even to this day is that in December of 2019, we had 62 qualified booked appointments via our strategy. Now, get this, December is usually a holiday-laden month. Most people take a week off, 2 weeks off, but that was our busiest booked called month for 2019. And in many occasions, we had 20-plus booked qualified sales appointments every week. So for us, going for an entire year with 19, and then to see over 20 booked calls from B2B companies who read our message, who, as a result of our strategy, wanting to talk to us and learn more to help them get out of that, what we call lead poverty neighborhood, then, again, to see that type of productivity still today is like, wow, we're just so grateful. And 256 businesses later, we're looking to blow it up this year.
Man, that's really exciting. So what's next for the business? Like, what do you see? Anything interesting in 2020 you want to announce?
Yeah. And again, thanks again for the opportunity. So last year, with the growing pains, et cetera, which I will gladly take, I said no more times than I said yes when it comes to onboarding clients. And part of me felt bad, and I said, there's a real opportunity there to help B2B companies that, number one, either don't have the budget to, say, afford us doing the work for them, but they really need help to grow their business. So in 2020, actually at the end of this month, January, we're actually launching our do-it-yourself option, which is a 6-week program, online, on-demand, lifetime access. And then on a weekly basis, I'm providing group coaching to our clients who, again, perhaps the budget is a little bit, tighter, and, maybe it's a 1 or 2 or 3-man shop, and they're just looking to scale their business until they're able to afford a business like ours to actually do the lead gen for them. Then what we're doing is, with that program, showing them our strategy for 6 weeks straight, with, again, in an online on-demand format, so that they can implement these strategies in their business, so that they can find themselves in that place where they can afford a firm like ours to be able to run their lead gen campaigns on LinkedIn. So we're excited about that launch. And, our goals are pretty high. We're looking at trying to support 2,000 new businesses in 2020, and that's our target. So we're definitely excited about it.
Man, that's exciting. That is exciting. So if somebody's listening to this and they want more information, let's just start with the online program you have coming out. Where do they get that at?
Yeah, so all that information is on my website, MRDEU.com. So Mr. and then just my initials, DEU.com. And then when they get onto the site, they can see, some of our clients like Duke University, the Corporate Education Program, OnRanker, or Fairyland. So some of these bigger clients, we've worked with companies like the Chicago Bears, and we've been really, really fortunate, man. But it was through a lot of trial and error, man. There was many times where I, was just an eyelash close from just, throwing in the towel. But I encourage every single one listening that it's not them. It's just the strategy that they're using isn't working. And once you get that strategy, you don't have to stress out anymore.
And what is the right type of company? So not for the so if obviously the smaller company for the online episode or the online platform. What's the right type of fit for company or niche that would be are good candidates for MRDEU Global Media, just so that they know if they should reach out? Who do you like to typically work with?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be one of two categories, right? You've got B2C, and the platform ideal for that is, Instagram, Google, AdWords, Facebook. B2C, because you've got a product that you're selling. Whereas B2B companies have a service that's going to make their clients' life easier, right? So it's one business with a specific service that's going to help another business get over the hump, so to speak. So if you are a B2B company that has a proven solution, then absolutely we can have a conversation. I can tell you point blank, if your service tends to be really crowded in terms of your audience being saturated or not, and how to position it, that kind of thing. Funny thing is, today I actually had a call from a bounty hunter, and I'm like,
nice.
Sorry, my man, I can't help you, but I can at least point you in the right direction, and that's what we normally do. If we can't, for whatever reason, support a company or help them in any way, then we will definitely point them in the right direction, and that's often, more advice than most people get, and we're here to support as many people as we can.
Well, let me tell you something, David. I haven't had I've done, 1,500 shows. I think I'm going to 2,000. I haven't had a bounty hunter on the show, so I can help him. You call that guy back, send him here. I want that guy referred to my show. I want a bounty hunter on my show, man. I've never had one. God.
You know what? I will do that just for you. I actually have his phone numbers.
I'm serious. I want it. It's going to be good. Email him and let him know. I'm be like, David can help you. I can help you. Tell me more about this bounty hunting. What do you need? Talk to Adam.
Yeah, he's like, listen, my audience is SWAT team. Can you help me? I'm like, sorry, my man, I can't help you.
I can help you. I'm in. I got this. All you have to do is then just give me some SWAT team on the show, and they will listen. We're good. I'm in. Whatever. So, David, I could talk to you all day about this, but we gotta go. So one more time, what's that website for everyone, please?
MRDEU, Mr. and then my initials DEU.com. Again, thanks so much, man.
Awesome. And thank you. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. On the YouTube channel, Money Matters Top Tips. We just started that this year. Help us get that subscriber base up. And if you are a bounty hunter, leave me some comments on the video. Let's see what happens. This will be good. No, seriously. Leave some comments on the video if you have questions on lead gen, on social media and digital marketing, and we'll be sure to make David answer those. So thank you. And David, thanks again for coming on.
All right, my man. Talk to you soon.